Hi there, my Sigma sisters and brothers. Happy New Year. I brought the candle here. And I had the honest plan last weekend to go outside and take a video in the sunlight, but I was completely depleted because of the solar flare. And the geomagnetic weather does affect me a lot. So I don't know how you guys are doing there, but when there's like a really strong solar weather, I get really affected, and I had all these plans and I was just able to do nothing but to sleep. So I'm just thank you so much. First of all, I'm just so impressed that so many of you have watched the last video. I already have 70 views, and I'm kind of surprised because that was just an experiment. I thought well, why not try, see, if, because I myself only found all these AI produced videos on Sigma females, but I never found anyone to really talk about what is a Sigma female. We do get information about Sigma males a lot, but we don't get so much about the female part, which is, it's kind of similar with alphas or betas. We are very individualistic, very independent, kind of lonely wolves, or wolfses, and we do lead the pack, but without leading. So it's like being a leader without the need to lead. So we tend to kind of be selective with our friends, with the partners, with the people or the atmospheres or places that we like to get involved with. So, and for example, I tend to avoid crowds. I personally, I don't enjoy being in a very crowded place because I feel I'm very sensitive to other people's energies, and and in a crowd, like in a festival or in a big concert where there's a lot of people, there's also a lot of different kinds of energies, and I do I tend to get kind of overwhelmed, especially afterwards. Maybe in the concert I'm focused on the music or whatever, I'm focused on the current whatever event going on, but afterwards I'm starting to cleanse out, all these energies that have picked in my aura. I do have a very strong protection and strong aura, usually Sigmas do have, very strong protective field, but of course we are still human. So sometimes we allow that to drop a little bit, and then we kind of are very empathetic, so we take everything in. So what happens is after an event, I usually feel kind of overwhelmed and depleted of my energy, because I'm just having to cleanse out all the other people's energy from my field. And what I also tend to do is, apparently I'm kind of a catalyst, or a cleaner. So when I sense a stranger, they have something in their energy field that is kind of dirty or not good for them, I kind of pick it up, take it in me, and then when I have my time, I throw it out. But it's like kind of I'm cleaning other people's energy. So a lot of times if I go to places like festivals and sorts, I take so much in that it takes me time. So then I just need my time alone. And anyway, I kind of do enjoy spending my time alone a lot, like Sigmas do. Like we don't necessarily need that much social interaction. Of course, I do get lonely sometimes, because I'm not that kind of, person who just goes after social gatherings or after people. Like we just tend to stick to ourselves. So sometimes it's also hard to find that common ground with other people. But yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. I think I lost my trail of thought, but I think you catch me here. If you're a Sigma, you do catch what I'm after about with this, like kind of being social but not, like you have that kind of, it's not introverted, it's not extroverted, it's called like ambivert. So you both, like if I do any I love like doing tests on myself, like this psychological and all kinds of tests when they are official, not like this silly whatever Facebook stupid tests that have no meaning, but like proper ones. And whenever I've done like this kind of personality test, I'm just in the middle of extrovert or introvert, so it depends on the situation whether I'm extroverted or introverted. And that is a lot to do with Sigmas too. Like we kind of tend to be like, we can be very extroverted when the situation or people are kind of right, but then we can be very introverted, and even in a social gathering we can just stay in the back and just be like observant and observing and just keeping it shut, unless someone comes to talk to us, so then we can have a lot to say. So often like I might keep it quiet, like myself, like I'm a clairvoyant, and sometimes I've been in situations when people start to talk about these otherworldly things, and a lot of times like I know what they're talking about, but I just keep it quiet. And then somebody says, oh, but she knows a lot about these things, like why don't you ask her? And then they ask me, and I can go on for a half an hour lecture unless they stop me. So it's like when I get excited, I do get excited about what I'm good at and what I'm expert with, but unless I'm asked, I kind of tend to keep it down and keep it to myself, because again, like I said in the previous video, we don't tend to make a number of ourselves. It's not the Sigma way to, we don't want to make a number of ourselves. Yes, we do defend ourselves, and we are very aware of our boundaries usually. So we know when somebody crosses a boundary, then we kind of tend to just bye. It's like bye. Like you're not gonna, I'm not gonna interact with you again, because it's not like avoiding conflict, but it's not wanting to enter to an unnecessary conflict either. So we kind of usually are quite clear about our boundaries, and like I usually tell people many times when they have broken my boundaries, like look like this is not okay. Like I can be very clear and very precise and tell them like this is not okay for me. But if a person crosses that boundary again and again after I said like this is not okay for me, then at some point I'm just not gonna say anything anymore. I'm just gonna vanish. Like I said before, we just poof. And then you don't see us anymore. So okay, I was thinking if I would have anything more to say. I actually did make some notes. Let me just check, if there's something I wanted to say more. Like I did have that about people and crowds, so what I wanted to talk about, and all these energies that impact me. And oh yeah, we can't stand stupid people. Like, we are well read and very intellectual. Like, we like meaningful conversations. We don't like to talk about the color of the trending nail polish, for example, or what did my best friend's colleague's nephew said last week about the trousers shape. It's like, we don't like irrelevant stuff. We like to talk about relevant stuff. We like to have intellectual, meaningful conversations, and something that can maybe teach us something, or where we can learn from something, or maybe where we can give our input, or our, give our part of giving out something to the world, giving our contribution to something, or somebody helping us to know more, understand more, but that like kind of unmeaningful conversations don't really, no, they don't appeal to us, or silly jokes that have like a kind of sexual innuendo. You can't attract us this way. You can only attract us through the mind, through the intellect, through a meaningfulness. Things need to have a meaning. Okay, I think it's enough for now. I still haven't got the ring light, so you still get this shadow casted by my glasses on the face, and maybe hopefully soon I'll be able to make a video outside in the daylight where it's a better lighting. But I wish you a wonderful astrological New Year, and see you soon. Bye for now.